Hello and welcome. My name is Angelise Prince. I am the founder and chief financial officer here at Galatians Bookkeeping. If you are watching this video, you are probably coming up on an introduction call with us very soon. And before we get into that introduction call, we want to take the initiative to be able to give you as much information as possible, a little bit more about us, what we do, and how we can support you. As we are going throughout today's video, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below or respond right back to this email so that we can make sure that we are meeting your needs. This is our introduction guide that gives you a little bit more insight about us and who we are, what we do, and how we can support you with organizing your finances. So Galatians Bookkeeping is a Christ-based finance management firm based here in Atlanta, Georgia. The crux of our business is being able to ensure that we're honoring Jesus Christ through faithful stewardship of our business resources. And so as we are working alongside you, yes, we are including the practical steps of financial management, making sure receivables, payables, and all accounting strategies are taken into account. However, we also want to start at the very basic foundation of honoring God with our financial resources first and allowing everything else to follow suit. And so this is our statement of stewardship, which is of course rooted in the biblical foundation. The comprehensive message of our statement of stewardship essentially says that we are aiming to give first in obedience to what God has asked us to do. And so we believe, even as business leaders, yes, we have been called to give the first 10% of all of our resources to the church, to the storehouse, to those that God has asked us to give to. And then what we can expect is God's blessing. And so this is the number one financial strategy for growth that you can implement into your business. This is it. This is the secret sauce. This is 90% of the financial growth strategy that you can be implementing in your business right now without even having to work with us. And so a lot of people get hung up on giving 10% first rather than retaining that 10% and assuming that they're going to use it for something better in their business. However, what I want to remind us of and give us a visual picture of is 10% is only 10%. If you imagine having $1 million, that is your gross revenue in your business, 10% of that 1 million is 100,000. And by the way, you still get to keep $900,000, okay? And so we really want to be mindful of the fact that yes, 10% is something that we are called to give. However, we still get to keep the 90%. Taxes is going to be more than 10%. Your payroll is going to be more than 10%. And so 10% is a very minimal amount compared to the myriad of other expenses that come out of our business that do not have a high return on investment. Tithing has the absolute highest return on investment rate that we will ever know. After the business has given its tithes, what we then do is manage the remaining 90%. And so the way that we manage this 90% is through the services that are listed here. Essentially, what we are doing is we are managing the funds that are coming into the business, making sure that the money that needs to stay there stays, and any expenses that need to be paid out, that they go out. And so you can see this kind of cyclical nature of managing what goes in, what stays, and what goes out, okay? Now, what this really breaks down to is 3 different categories. And this is where I believe we're able to really support many of our business leaders and entrepreneurs with things that they may not have time to do. And so our services are broken down into data, reporting, and strategy. And this is somewhat of a domino effect because what we have found is that a lot of times the data management piece of accounting is what takes the most time and requires the most attention to detail and requires that you not just do it once, but consistently, month over month. After we manage the data, we then get into the reporting. And so we can't get into the reporting and have a clean reporting system and structure if we don't have clean data. And so after we're able to manage the reporting and review the reporting, then we're able to get into effective strategy. Again, all of this is a domino effect. It starts with tithing, which is laid with the biblical foundation. Then we get into data, reporting, and strategy as a part of our stewardship structure. And so this is exactly how businesses are growing. through tithing, then managing the data, then reporting, then strategy. This is the recipe for growth. This is the formula that helps you to be able to manage your time in an effective way so that you're able to work on the systems in your business that actually matter and that are actually meaningful and that are actually pushing the business forward, while also having someone who is completing the tasks that will be pushing your business in the same direction of growth that you are pursuing. It starts with tithing, then moves into data, then reporting and strategy. This is where I get excited because you're able to see how we are really able to co-labor with God. So many entrepreneurs and CEOs want to know how they can actually grow, and this is it. When you first put in the system of tithing and submitting and surrendering your finances to God, and then being able to implement the practical steps that allow us to be able to co-labor with Him to make sure that our businesses are growing, what you're doing is you're setting up your business to essentially be fail-proof. This is how businesses are growing year over year over year over year. And I'm going to show you exactly how we are seeing the evidence of that in the numbers for our clients. While most bookkeeping firms solely do the bookkeeping, which is managing the money that comes in, the money that stays, and the money that goes out, what we have found is that we are able to comprehensively support our clients with additional offerings such as tax planning, CFO strategies, and wealth management. And so because we are already in the weeds of your finances, we really believe that it is of your benefit that we go ahead and provide you with an end-to-end service that includes everything all in one fell swoop regarding your finances. Our services, tax planning, CFO strategies, wealth management, and bookkeeping, they're saving you time, they're saving you money, and they're allowing for additional growth and long-term planning. And you can see how that is actually able to take place in your business on a consistent basis. It's making sure that you're paying accurate tax amounts. It's through serving, it's through prayer, it's through strategy, it's through consistency, and it's really being able to give you the time back to work on the business that you actually love in the first place. And so what we have here is a sample of our clients, and you can see how this is actually impacting their numbers with a positive growth rate. Client A grew by $50,000 in 1 year. Client B grew by $20,000. Client C grew by $160,000 in 1 year. And what I will say is that Galatians Bookkeeping is not solely responsible for this growth. There are a myriad of factors that are all working together to ensure that our clients are able to continue to grow and to see how their numbers are being impacted by their actions. And what we love to do as your accounting team is to be able to show you these numbers so that you can feel encouraged to know that you are going in the right direction. Now, when it comes to our service offerings, if you were to extrapolate all of these services and try to find individual professionals that could help you with each of these areas in your business, what you might find is you're gonna spend at least $6,500 per month, and that's minimum. This can be a lot. This can bring on more headache than it can bring on solutions. And so what we're doing is we are consolidating all of these offerings into one service for you so that you can be fully supported end to end with financial organization. And so these are our base prices when it comes to organizing your finances. And what you'll see here is our service price listed here on the left-hand side, which is in relation to the annual gross revenue of your business, okay? And so if your business is generating anywhere from $0 to $250,000 per year, our service price comes in at $1,500, so on and so forth, as your business continues to increase in annual revenue. Now, for those of you who are generating more than $1 million in annual gross revenue, we do like to build out a custom invoice for you that is still congruent with the funds that are being managed in your business. If you wanted to work with us here at Galatians Bookkeeping, we would be more than happy to have you so that we can help you to save time, get back to the work that you actually love, and have finances that are organized and easy to understand. The first step is onboarding. And so during the onboarding process, we were taking care of all of the administrative items, making sure your invoice is taken care of, that we have access to your accounting software, that we get access to bank statements and employee lists and all of those fun details. After we get everything squared away, we then move into our retroactive cleanup phase. This is where we are taking a look at the last 6 to 12 months to determine what has happened. If we need to do any cleanup, we will do it at that time. Or if we need to simply review and restructure it, we can do it at that time as well. From there, we get into our third phase, which is the forecasting phase. And this is where we're taking all of the information that we've gathered over the last 6 to 12 months review. And now we are drawing out what that could potentially mean for the next 6 months, for the next 12 months, or 1 year, 3 years, 5 years for your business. From there, we get into our monthly maintenance mode, where we are servicing your books throughout the month, making sure that we are engaging in that detailed data management, which flows into your reporting, which then flows into your strategy to make sure that you can make sound decisions based on organized finances that make sense to you. As of right now, QuickBooks is one of our primary partnerships that we work with for all things accounting. However, we do work with a myriad of accounting partners that may be more suitable for your business. And so rest assured that if ever you wanted to navigate away from a particular platform and go to another, we are more than happy to support you with that transition. In summary, you have listed here what the next steps would be as you move towards working with Galatians Bookkeeping as your accounting team. Well, I hope that gave you some more insight about who we are, what we do, and how we can support you with organizing your finances and clearing out the financial clutter in your business. Again, if you have any questions, we would love to know and we would be more than happy to support. Feel free to leave those questions down below or respond right back to this email so that we can make sure that you have the support that you need.